who was known to be kind of like a boy, I guess, a short temper and aggression problems. I noticed he started taking my clothes off, told me how I don't actually have any friends, and that he just didn't want to lose me. He got a tattoo of my initial. I had to break up with him, and he didn't accept it. Hey guys, my name is Scarlett-Stella. I filmed and refilmed this video more than 10 times, and I was honestly this close to giving up and just not posting it. But I know there are thousands, if not millions, of other girls who have gone through a similar experience as me. And if it just helps at least one person by watching this video, I think it's worth sharing this. I'm doing this to hopefully show you that you're able to get out of this toxic relationship, that you're able to find happiness and to feel loved and appreciated without having this person who causes you a lot of pain in your life. And if you haven't been in such a relationship, after this video you will be able to see the red flags you'll have to watch out for. So you're gonna be able to recognize if a person is, controlling or aggressive or abusive before you open up to them and start to get attached. If you feel like you can't talk to anyone about what you're going through or how you feel because you think, they won't understand you, or because you think they can't relate to you, reach out to me, because I'm more than glad to help anyone out who is in a really hard place right now, who has gone through something like that and doesn't know what to do. Because trust me, I know exactly how hard it is. I know exactly when your head tells you one thing, your heart tells you another thing, and you just don't know what is actually right to do. I promise you, you will feel better after talking to someone about it. And don't ever feel ashamed or weak when you feel pain and when you're upset and when you're broken. Try, let it out, face your pain. You will heal from it and you will become stronger, I promise you that. And you will feel really proud of yourself as well. And that's a happiness no one can give you except for yourself. The last thing I want to mention is that sexual abuse does exist in a relationship. Yes, there is such a thing as having sex with no consent while you're dating. Your partner must respect you at all times, must respect your decision. If you do not want to have sex, they shouldn't even question it. I had to deal with this many times in my past relationship. And sometimes I went overboard, where I told my ex-boyfriend I don't want to have sex, and I asked him to stop, to not try, and it didn't work. And me telling him, okay, I still don't want to. Can we please stop? And him even confessing me once that he literally can't control himself. Stella, I can't control myself. I don't know what it is, but I just can't control myself with you. And honestly, I don't even want to. Following up with, because I just love you so much. That's not love. Love means respecting each other in first line. So I split this video up into 3 parts. So if you want to see more and you liked it, please subscribe below and leave a thumbs up. Hey guys, I'm Scarlett-Stella and I'm going to be talking about my toxic relationship. I met this guy, and even though he was super controlling, he was abusive, he took advantage over me when I was broken, I still fell in love with him and felt myself attached to him in a way. I met him last year in a club because I thought he was, this typical fuckboy. I didn't want anything from him really. I wasn't even that attracted to him, but he was really persistent about meeting me, so I went out with him. On our first hangout, I was just hoping that it's not gonna be awkward. We got there and he basically owned the place in a way. Everyone came up to him, said hello, he ordered the best wine. Our conversations were just flowing and he was super charming and a complete gentleman as well. My whole impression of him kind of changed. I didn't think anymore that he's this cocky it boy. Later we went to the club and I was with my brother and he came up to me. Well, he came up to my brother, told him yo, can me and my friend stay here with you guys, and gave him €100 bill. And I was just standing there whoa, we had our first hangout an hour ago and he's already making this whole effort, even coming up to my brother just to spend time with me. Later that night, he took my hand, we went upstairs and we had our first kiss. Was complimenting me all the time, calling me beautiful, and he did it super smoothly. I mean, me personally, I would have never thought that we would have kissed already, because I didn't think I was gonna be attracted to him, but I felt super comfortable and he looked at me deep in my eyes and kissed me, and it was a really nice, intense kiss. While I was even going back home, he was texting me all the time already, how he loved spending time with me, how he can't believe that we clicked so fast, that, oh, I think we're meant to be for each other. Which I thought like, okay, well, that is kind of too much. I mean, we just hung out. He insisted on us meeting every single day. So for the next 2 days before I flew to LA, he picked me up every time. I went to watch his game even because he told me I have to go because he's so excited. He took me to dinner as well. He just took my hand and we were walking together in the city. We basically looked like we're in a relationship. And for me, like, I freaked out. In my head, I thought, oh my God, if anyone sees me right now holding hands with this guy who is known to be kind of like a boy, I guess, you know. I just didn't want people to think that I'm together with him, but I felt so comfortable in a way with it because he was so confident with it. I felt that he just wanted to show me off, you know, that he was proud to be walking next to me. The next day I flew back to LA and he texted me how he's gonna miss me so much, how I have to make time for him every single day so we can FaceTime. While I was on the other side of the country, I was seeing all these text messages and seeing how much effort he put into staying in contact with me. So I just felt so loved already, and I had only met him twice. When I came back, he picked me up from the airport, we got food, and then he drove me home. He met my mom, and then we were in my room, and he broke the ice, and we made out in my room. He always told me like, wow, I never felt so much for a girl already. Even when you just like hold my hand or when we kiss, I feel butterflies, and I felt flattered with it. Like, I was a little confused, like, damn, okay, boy, like, chill out. But it was a really nice feeling. I felt like it was genuine. So he had a few tattoos and he told me what they meant, and then jokingly he told me, oh, I'll get one for you. And I just looked at him and was like, yeah, right, you know, like, whatever. Because obviously I wouldn't think anyone would have done that. I mean, we met up like 3 times before that. So the next day we met up in the city. We just walked there and it was actually a tattoo shop. I told him like, whoa, I don't want you to get a tattoo for me. You're gonna regret it. Just don't do it. We're not even dating. We've met up like 3 times. And even his best friend was right next to us, told him like, yo, dude, don't get it. Like, that's just stupid. And he just didn't care. I mean, he got a tattoo of my initial. Yeah, so obviously I freaked out in a way. Like, I couldn't believe it. But because he was so confident in doing it and never really came over creepy, I just took it in a cute way and I kind of just accepted it. I didn't have college. All my friends weren't in town, so it was kind of perfect for him to spend every day with me. And even the days I couldn't really hang out with him because of my family, because they wanted to spend time with me, he got really upset and he told me like, oh, you don't like me, you hate me. So I felt really bad and I didn't want him to think that, so I still always made time for him. So after the first week of us hanging out, we had our first sleepover. Things started to escalate and I started feeling really uncomfortable. I noticed he started taking my clothes off. I told him like, I'm not sure if I really want to do this. And he just told me like, oh no, don't worry, just enjoy it. He continued going further and at some point it was too late. I was thinking, oh my God, he's using me. He just wants to have sex with me. And at some point I told him like, hey, like, can we just stop this? I don't really want to continue anymore. Like, I was keeping my tears in my eyes and trying not to cry and show that I'm actually hella freaking out. And he just looked at me and he was like, nah, don't worry, just enjoy it. We're almost done here anyways. So that obviously made me feel even worse. And I told him again, like, hey, I really don't want to do this. Could we please stop? And he looked at me, he saw my tears in my eyes. He kissed my forehead and told me, oh, what's wrong? Don't worry, you don't have to do anything you don't want to. And I told him that I didn't want him to think that I'm just a hoe. He took me in his arms and he told me, don't worry, I really, really like you a lot. I see a bright future with us already. We went to sleep and he just cuddled me all night. And I was laying next to him thinking, okay, well, it is kind of weird because I just forgot about the reason I even started to cry, because he did ignore my decision of not wanting to have sex with him, but I forgot about that because he was so loving and caring towards me afterwards. And that was literally what happened so many times within our relationship, where I wasn't into it, where I didn't want to do it, and he ended up persuading me to do it. So once we became more comfortable, I noticed he started lying a lot. I figure I caught him in a lot of lies about, you know, him having contact with his ex-girlfriend again, him having cheated on her when he told me that he got cheated on and would never cheat, and how he bragged about that. When I confronted him about it, he started panicking, saying how sorry he is and that he just didn't want to lose me. He didn't want me thinking that he's gonna do that with me, and how he loves me already. In freshman year, I had a best friend and he slept with her and he never told me that. I mentioned her name several times. I told him I don't know if I trust him anymore and I don't know if I want to continue us dating anymore. I felt bad because I thought his true intentions is that he loves me and that he doesn't want to lose me, so I I always gave him another chance. Then I also noticed he had a short temper and aggression problems, and he was super controlling about me. I mean, I wanted to meet up with my really close guy friends who I know since over 10 years, and he told me how I don't actually have any friends. I don't have any guy friends, how they all just want to fuck me, how they all just want to use me. And like, he was not only disrespecting them, but also me, telling me that I'm stupid for believing that I have any guy friends, you know, that actually like me for who I am. And so we got into this huge argument, and once I wanted to leave the apartment because I couldn't take it anymore, he all of a sudden switched and came up to me, you know, tried to hug me and kiss me, telling me he's so sorry and that he doesn't mean any of it and that I misunderstood it wrong, you know, denying everything he had just said like 5 seconds ago, which really confused me and made me mad. I confronted him about it, and he just came up with many excuses, telling me, oh, can we please stop arguing? I know they're your friends, you can meet up with him, I love you so much. And when I even called him out for being jealous, that made it even worse, because he just went off saying, why should I be jealous about such loser friends of yours? So yeah, obviously it made me upset, but I somehow got over it with him, you know, love bombing me and giving me all these excuses and telling me how much, you know, he cares about me and loves me. And then I had to come to LA, and he came at the same time, and I came here to go out with my friends, and I saw that he was not liking it, the fact that I was with them at all. And I didn't feel like I was able to be myself and have fun around him. We had a really nice time as well in LA. He booked this really nice restaurant for us, and he was complimenting me all the time. And then he told me how he really loves me and loves to spend time with me, and how he would love for me to be his girlfriend. And he took my hands while saying that and looking me deep in my eyes, and it was just the cutest thing ever. And I felt so flattered, kind of, you know, I felt so special. So I said yes. A few weeks later, we went out with his uncle, and then I saw his controlling side again. There was one friend who came over and wanted to hug me and say hi, and he almost ended up hitting him and beating him up. Like, that's what he wanted to do. Thank God he didn't. But then he let it all out on me. You know, he was super mad, telling me how his uncle and all of the other people who were there do not like me at all anymore. And it turned out to be all a lie later. He just said that to make me feel really bad and guilty. And so we had many arguments like that. Whenever I also walked with him in a city, he accused me of staring at other guys or looking at them, being interested in them. This extreme jealousy came out, and we always argued about it. Every time after the argument, he apologized again, how I just misunderstood it, and how he just loves me so much, and how it's not jealousy at all. He told me how he always would love to go to Brazil. So we planned our trip for him to meet my whole family in Brazil, and then go to a really nice hotel later for a week. So a week before that happened, I had to break up with him, and he didn't accept it. Well, what happened was that, and I felt scared. I opened the door and I ran out of the apartment. You're sick, like, get some help. His family even also got involved. It was absolutely shit. I mean, my mom was worried just seeing me with him. I couldn't even look at his face because I just had so much hate. I'm literally his wife for him. There will never ever be another girl in his life. He came on top of me, and I just didn't have the energy to like push him off. So if you like this video and you want to see more, please subscribe below and leave a thumbs up. I will leave my contact details below so you can contact me at any time. Don't even hesitate.
Do my best not to feel much. Hiding kills people misjudge. Broken lies in a big grudge. All we needed was more love.